Hi, and welcome to the first of many editions of Angela's Homeschool. Sometimes when people hear that we are homeschoolers, me, myself, and my two girls, they'll say things, "Oh, I could never do that," which can be translated into a number of different ways. But as our society changes and our educational opportunities become more broad, I think homeschooling is a good way to educate your child. As far as, there's many different types of homeschooling. There's unschooling. There's classical education is what we do. There's the broad curriculum basis, which is similar to a Becca curriculum and Bob Jones curriculum. It tells you step by step, like Saxon math. It even tells you the exact sentences on which you should say. Many different choices out there. There's online schooling, such as Liberty School, which is an online program through Ron Paul. It is free up to the 6th grade. So pre-K through 5th grade, it's free. And there is a minimal cost once they get to the 6th grade on up. There's Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a online school started by Mr. Khan. It's embarrassing. I can't remember his first name. But they were fed up with the educational opportunities in America for school-age children. So they said, we can do better. They have teachers from all over the world. You can sign up for Khan Academy. It's completely free, not regulated by the public school system in the States. And they have testing. Lots of different ways to test. Homeschooling is not what it used to be. It's not the people in jumpers and, the people saying the earth was made in 6 days. Like that's their science curriculum. It's grown a lot since then. And let's remember that a number of significant people in our society, like Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, was homeschooled. A number of the presidents were homeschooled. Homeschooling goes back in my family, my father's family, for hundreds of years. They didn't have schoolhouses back there, or they would have a one-room schoolhouse where people from different plantations would come to and they would learn. And we're from the first families of Virginia. So that's just the way it was done back then, tutors or that one-room schoolroom. It was different. And I believe in learning Latin root words. That's part of classical education, learning what they call your grammars, your grammar of math, your grammar of English, and your grammar of science, all the basic grammars to learn that. Foreign language. And it does not have to end there. When they go up into the upper grades, middle school through high school, if there's a subject you do not feel comfortable with, you have your co-ops to fall back on. Co-ops are a group of teachers that are parents. Some of them have their degrees, advanced degrees. If someone feels quite capable in teaching, say, a biology lab, they have their degree in biology or whatever the degree is in. A number of us will pay that person to teach a classroom where we bring the students maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week. A biology lab usually takes 3 times a week because there's a lot of in the classroom dissecting. We'll buy the nurse sharks. You can buy a nurse shark, a baby nurse shark, to dissect quite easily on the internet. You form that co-op and boom. You can send your child to a private school part-time just for certain classes. My daughter qualifies to go to college at this time. She's 16. She took her ACTs at 14. These are the type of topics I want to discuss. How do you get started? I want to discuss how do you handle those questions that the neighbor or mother-in-law is sure to ask. What about socialization? Why don't we talk? Let's talk about socialization. I'm the modern homeschool mom. And I've had these questions quite often. Or my favorite, well, is that even legal? And I'm thinking to myself as I turn my head to the side, looking at the person, If it were illegal, why would I admit to doing it? If homeschooling were illegal. Just think of the question. Are you going to believe all the questions? Are you a creationist? No, I'm not. But I don't have anything against anyone that is. I believe creationism is a theory, and it can be supported or disproved. Just like evolution can be supported or disproved. Depends on how you look at it. You know, we're more of an engineering type of family. We go to a homeschool group where there's mainly future engineers. And I've gone to teacher enrichment courses on how to teach engineering. You know, we all do this. If there's a teacher enrichment group that we can go to that is sponsored by the public schools, we have every right to go to those. And we learn. Now, some of my cohorts may talk a little bit too much in the class. That's a little embarrassing, but, you know, got to have something to talk about at the homeschool group. So here I am. I'm talking about homeschooling. It's probably nothing that everyone's interested on this website, but I'm hoping in the future you will at least have some questions. You know, you can work as a tutor if you're skilled in programming or mathematics. If you're a writer, there's always a homeschool group that could use your resources. Some of the homeschoolers I've encountered, they have special needs kids. And sometimes these special needs kids fall through the cracks in the public school system, depending on the area of the country that you're in. Some are more fortunate than others to be in different states. I give away homeschool curriculum about once every month, every third Saturday. I work with a group, and we've been doing this for, a friend of mine started it out of her backyard, out of her trunk, then her backyard. Wow. We give away thousands of books every month, except for November and December because of the holidays. You know, it's just too busy. And it's awfully cold. It's in an unfinished sanctuary. But through the years, the questions have changed. Now, I would like to start a conversation if you're considering it, or maybe you might want to mentor or tutor. Maybe you're retired and you want to do something once a week or once a month. I think that would be wonderful. And there's lots of opportunities to serve. And the quality of homeschooling compared to the public schools by far outweighs what is in the public schools. There's someone at my door. Okay, well, I'm going to cut this short since there's someone at my door. And I would close out with a song, but I really want to make this just a talking podcast. Just want to make it a talking podcast so we can learn together. Maybe I have something to learn from you. Who knows? But I look forward to talking to you. And I'll have an email for you to send those homeschool questions to me, and I can discuss them. All right? And you can do this. If you're looking into homeschooling, you can do this. It's doable. It is so easy to homeschool these days, especially with the online schools. Let me help you. Ask me the questions. I'm sure I can find an answer. Hopefully it's the right one. But if not, we'll look for another one. So, you know, it's a learning experience. All right. Thanks.